talking about. Good morning, beloveds. Yesterday was an absolutely beautiful day. We ended up parking in the far end of the parking lot when we got to the Renaissance Festival, but the weather was perfect. It was sunny. It wasn't too warm. There were a few times that I was standing in the sun and sweating, but other than that, there was a nice breeze. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Today, it looks like it's going to be wet and cloudy. So, but yes, it was a good day, which is interesting because our title is Today I Live. And I'm like, I lived yesterday. I had a great time yesterday. So, you should always take time out to go play. All right. It is March 26th. As I said, our title is Today I Live. What are you doing? You're in the way of the book. Do you care? All right. No, he does not. It's Foster, by the way. All right. All right. The first quote is, "And God shall wipe away all the tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain." That is Revelations 21:4. The second quote is, "By knowledge of God, all of the bonds of ignorance, unhappiness, etc. are destroyed." That is from the Upanishad. The wisest man who ever lived told us that the knowledge of truth shall make us free. All books of spiritual wisdom have taught us that it is not the one who makes the mistake who we should seek to destroy, but it is the mistake itself that must be erased. Now, this means that evil has no existence in itself and has no history. No matter what the negation of yesterday may have been, the affirmations of today rise triumphant and transcendent over them. Thus, all the evils of our yesterdays disappear into their native nothingness. If we behold the beauty instead of ugliness, then beauty shall appear. If we persist in seeing the true rather than the false, then that which is true will appear. Where is the false, the untrue, and the evil when the knowledge of truth has made us free? Let us then cease weeping over the shortcomings and mistakes and evils of our yesterdays, and steadfastly behold the face of the divine reality. Let us resolve to walk in that light wherein there is no darkness. I walk in the light of infinite wisdom, and definitely know that every negative condition of the past is clear away from my own consciousness. I no longer think about it, see it, or believe in it, nor do I believe that it has any power to influence my present or my future. Yesterday is not, tomorrow is not, but today is bright with hope and filled with promise is mine. Today I live. If you haven't guessed by now, yes, this is an Ernest Holmes reading. Okay. Think about it for a minute. And honestly, what I'm caught by is, okay, the first line is the wisest person. So in case you didn't know, he's talking about Jesus. The wisest person who ever lived told us that the knowledge of truth shall make us free. And then it's been quoted by a lot of people, and I'm sure other people in other faith traditions have said very similar things, because Buddha said the same thing, and he was about 600 years earlier. So, but what he said is attachment. If you will free yourself from attachment, that will make you free. And I was reading the other day, and they were talking, it was a reading about Buddhism. It was talking about attachment. It's like we suffer because we are attached. And they said that's the good news. Because it means that suffering isn't inherent. It's like there's a reason for the suffering. Because we're attached. I was like, it was a reading from Pema Chandran. I was like, I need to go back and look that quote up because it was really good. Okay, which is neither here nor there because we're talking about living today. All books of spiritual wisdom have taught us that it is not the one who makes the mistake whom we should seek to destroy. It is the mistake itself that needs to be erased. Now, I've heard that said a lot, and I've heard that used a lot. And interestingly enough, when you read that quote, it says to not seek to destroy the one who made the mistake, but seek to erase the mistake. Not destroy the mistake, but erase the mistake. And I bring that up simply from the LGBTQ viewpoint, in that a lot of people, it's like they'll use that one, not the LGBTQ people, but the people who are against them. They'll use that one, and they'll also use love the sinner, hate the sin. And I'm like, I want to caution you on those two because they're ripe for abuse. What Ernest is talking about is that when we make mistakes, and we are spiritual beings having human experiences, and we are going to make mistakes, that we don't want to, we never want to condemn the person who made the mistake. All right? Did you hear me there? Never condemn the person that made the mistake. Now, frequently, we will judge people having made a mistake because we don't agree with them. And that's not what he's talking about. Never condemn the person who made the mistake, even if you don't agree with the mistake. Okay? Never condemn the person that made the mistake. Do not seek to destroy the person who made the mistake. Now, but erase the mistake. And there are a variety of ways that we can go about erasing a mistake. The first one being, if we have truly made a mistake, to make amends. All right. And if that is not possible, because we can't always make amends for the mistakes that we have made, it is to change the behavior. Okay. When we make a mistake and then we go, oh, I've made a mistake, and then we change our behavior, we will never make the mistake again, meaning we have erased the mistake. All right. Now, there are a whole lot of people out there who are going to say, you've made a mistake, because they don't agree with whatever it is about our lifestyle. And I'm like, okay. Now, how do I erase this mistake? By not putting myself in their company again. Okay? Because in this case, the mistake that I have made is trusting somebody who I should not. Now, I'm talking about the LGBTQ community specifically, but there are other communities. And there are a lot of people who are judging these communities without knowing these communities, and they are trying to pass laws that hurt these communities because in their judgment, these communities are wrong because they don't agree with their lifestyle. Okay. These are mistakes that we need to erase, meaning these laws. Okay. We can't let them go forward. And how do we do that? Because what we have to do is remind these people, okay, you're not destroying a mistake. You are destroying a person, which is not what the Bible said. That's not what the Bible said. Because Ernest quoted it. Ernest quoted it. He said, it is not, all the books of spiritual wisdom have taught us that it is not the one who makes the mistake that we should seek to destroy. Okay? Don't ask me why I've landed on that line today. But that's it. Today we live. It's also in the Bible to live and let live. Let go of yesterday. Get to know your neighbors. Get to know people that you don't know, that you don't understand, and stop seeking to destroy what you don't understand. Woof. It's interesting to be in the fair community, to really be a part of the fair community, because yes, there are some people in it, but it is one of the most open and accepting and wonderful communities, because they really do accept you in all the wonderful weirdness that we can be. You know, it's one of those, and it's one of the things that I like about Science of Mind. It's come as you are. Come as you are, because you are a beloved child of God, and we are going to accept you and love you for no other reason than you are a beloved child of God. Who you show up as, that's you. And that's not a mistake. And we are not going to seek to destroy the one who makes the mistake. Okay? We are going to welcome you in and get to know you. And interestingly enough, because I spent some time talking to an artist yesterday, because I love her jewelry, and she had a necklace that I really liked, but it wasn't quite long enough, because I wanted to wear it doubled. And so I was effectively commissioning a piece. And it was interesting that she said, this is the longest conversation I've ever had with a minister. How that came up, it is what it is. I think it was my email. And she was surprised. And I was like, well, you know what? It tells me that a lot of the ministers that you've come across didn't read that line. They didn't read that line. And it's a live and let live world. We should celebrate the differences. We should celebrate the amazing variety in the oneness. And that's what Ernest did. And that's why he can write things that say, today I live. Because he did celebrate. He celebrated the difference. And he created an organization that does to this day. And we actively go out and say, you know what? This isn't right. Let's seek to destroy the mistakes, not the people making them. All right. I don't think I did Ernest justice today, but that was what was weighing on my mind and heart today. And that's the way these go. His treatment at the bottom. I walk in the light of infinite wisdom, and definitely know that every negative condition of the past is cleared away from my consciousness. I no longer think about it, see it, or believe in it. Nor do I believe that it has any power to influence my present or my future, because I have learned the lesson, incorporated it into my behavior. I have the best apology is changed behavior. If you have made a mistake, the best apology is changed behavior. Okay? Make amends and change your behavior. And then it will not influence your present or your future. Yesterday is not, tomorrow is not, but today is bright with hope and filled with promise. Today I live. So, the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to live and to let live. And if you don't understand, seek to understand. Don't seek to condemn on what you think you know. All right, beloveds. The weather may be influencing me. And a couple of interesting conversations that I had yesterday. Yep. I had a really interesting conversation with a rainbow fairy yesterday. It was great. Who's a school teacher. So, yeah. So seek first to understand. Live and let live. And just get to know. Get to know. One of the things that I love the most about Ernest is that he clearly tells you, and he did in this reading, evil isn't a power. It's a misuse of power. Use your power for good. I just recently watched the Shazam movie, and that's the same thing. You know, children having superpowers. Use your power for good. Use your power for good. All right. What you doing? You have your mission. Live and let live. Live today. And I would encourage you to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. I know that I had a day on Friday, and then I had a good day yesterday, and today we have the annual meeting. So, you know, hey, so what is loving? What is kind? What is compassionate? Practice on yourself. You are your own best test subject. And today, when we're talking about mistakes, that's the best time to practice love, kindness, and compassion. And you know what? Love, kindness, and compassion comes with good boundaries. And I will remind you, with love, kindness, and compassion, no is a complete sentence. So you know what? When people are deliberately misunderstanding you, the most loving, kind, and compassionate thing you can do is speak your truth of no and walk away. Okay? And then remember that there are people out there who will see you for who you truly are, love you for who you truly are, and they will help you stand against, you know, all of this nonsense. So, all right. So, take a deep breath. Take a nap, take a walk, and say no. Or sometimes the most loving, kind, and compassionate thing you can do is say yes. But it's your choice. I will also remind you, while I do talk about love, kindness, and compassion, what I'm encouraging you to do is create a first response, a default setting. I want to remind you, yes, it is absolutely about self-care, but it is also about joy. Your life is a special occasion. Treat it as such. Eat dessert first. Okay? I will, I'm going to tell you to, I'm going to remind you to do something to engage your mind and your body. Yesterday, I really engaged my body a lot, and then we got up to go to the gym, and then right before we were getting ready to leave, we got the message, he's not feeling well, so we both went back to bed. We got that. Sometimes that's the most loving, kind, and compassionate thing you can do. If the trainer calls you out on the gym, go back to bed. Sometimes it's get up and do the rainy day workout that you have in these cases, and sometimes it's go back to bed. So do something to engage your mind and your body. Drink plenty of water. Hydration is super important. I think I have a little bit of a hangover headache from not getting enough water yesterday. So drink plenty of water. Get early in your day bright light, and if it's cloudy like it is today, artificial light counts. It's a circadian rhythm. I will remind you that it does, it's a hormone balance or a hormone cycle. So check it out. Foster, I'm watching you. And then open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. That is a quote from Ernest Holmes. And sometimes when we open the windows of our soul, when we open the windows of our soul, we allow ourselves the chance to get to know others on a deeper level, not the surface level and not what we've been told. That's what opening your soul means. It's expanding your knowledge to a deeper level. And I'm going to ask you to do that, especially with communities that you don't understand. Communities that maybe you've been taught are not right. I want you to go back and think about where that information comes from and why. And then go get to know the communities, because there are wonderful people in a whole lot of communities that there are a lot of people for a variety of reasons that are usually economic. They don't want you to know. They don't want you to know. So open the windows of your soul. Let all of God's children in. You'll never meet a living being that God does not love. So, all right. And you can always take Emma's advice. I talk about heaven because it's a mindset. It's a consciousness. And Emma reminds us that one of the ways to get there is to look for the good and praise it. So there was a whole lot of good yesterday. It was good. It was good. All right, beloveds. I think I need to eat. That may be maybe my blood sugar's dropping. I don't know why I'm a little scattered today. I think I'm at this. I'm trying to remember where I am in my script. I think I'm at the social media part where I remind you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the Running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. Please check it out. There's lots of great content. We do try and curate some really good, uplifting, powerful, and some get to know you stuff. That's what the soul sessions are all about. It's about getting to know, the communities that you may not know. That's what they are for. So please go to the YouTube channel. Click on the playlist for soul sessions and get to know some interesting people that we've met over the years. So, all right. Going here. Email info@creativelife.org. That will get you on the constant contact. The hot links are hot. If it says click here now, it'll either take you right to the place or to the person that can help you get the information that you are seeking. And the website has a new feature, the creativelifespiritualcenter.org. The Sunday Talks will take you right to the YouTube channel. Okay. And I did say our annual business meeting is today, and it will be online. Not on Facebook Live, but there's a Zoom link that you can request. So check that out too. Okay. I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, a rest day, a dance in the rain day, maybe, a take care of business day, a check in with somebody that you care about day, a check in with yourself day, a get to know somebody that you didn't know before day, a live today day. A good day. And if that's too much pressure, simply have a day, because you're enough just as you are. You are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased and well represented. You may be the only Bible some people ever read. That's how I felt yesterday when she said, this is the longest conversation I've ever had with a minister. Yeah, I may be the only Bible that she ever reads. And clearly she's not met good representatives up till she met me. So, you are a brilliant light, a divine spark. You are spirit in action. You are God in motion. You are a godling. Remember that. Show people the God of your understanding. And in my understanding, God is love. Okay. All right. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you at 9 a.m. But it is Sunday, which means we will have a service between now and then. So, check that out. All right. I'm going to go grab something to eat. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.